Build your dreams, live rich, and leave rich.
Hello and welcome. I'm Krish. Here at Live Rich and Leave Rich, we believe something really simple. Living rich, it's not about big cars or fancy vacations. It's about living with financial peace of mind. Now, before we jump in, just the usual heads up. This is all for educational purposes, all right? To get the plan that's tailored just for you, you should always chat with a SEBI-registered financial advisor. All right, let's get right into it. Picture this. You open your bank app, and there it is, 20 lakh rupees, a nice, solid number. Then you look at your home loan statement, and you see the exact same number, 20 lakhs outstanding. What do? I mean, every instinct, everything we've ever been told is screaming at us, right? Pay it off, get rid of it, be debt-free. But there's another voice, a quieter one, that's saying, hang on a second, let's do the math. Well, today, we're going to give that quiet voice a megaphone. So here's what we're going to cover. We'll talk about that debt-free emotional trap, the magic of arbitrage, why having cash is so important, and we'll look at two guys, Ramesh and Suresh. Then I'll give you a smart checklist, and we'll wrap up with the key lessons. Let's get started. First up, the debt-free emotional trap. You know, in India especially, being debt-free or qarz-mukt is like the ultimate goal. It's what our parents and grandparents aimed for. It feels like stability, like you've finally made it. We're pretty much programmed from birth to think all debt is this big bad monster that needs to be slain. But here's a thought. What if that very belief, that feeling, is actually making you poorer? And that brings me to this idea. Being debt-free feels good, but being cash-rich feels even better. Think about that for a second. That feeling of relief when you pay off a loan, it's great, but it fades. The power, the security, the sheer number of options you have when you have cash on hand, that's a whole different level. And it's not just a feeling, it's a mathematically superior strategy. Let me show you why. Okay, let's get into the real meat of it, the arbitrage advantage. Now, this might sound like some complicated financial jargon, but I promise you, it's the simple secret that wealthy people and banks use all the time. It all boils down to one thing. Not all debt is bad. A home loan, that's what we call good debt. And it's not something to be feared. It's a tool to be used. So what is interest rate arbitrage? It's actually super simple. It just means borrowing money at a low interest rate and then investing it to earn a higher rate of return. That difference, that gap, that's your profit. You're basically playing the bank's game. You borrow cheap, you invest smart, and you pocket the difference. It's as simple as that. And here's where the rubber meets the road. Look at the numbers. Your home loan costs you, let's say, 8.5%. That's the price of the money. But the opportunity, the potential return if you invest that same cash in equity mutual funds could be anywhere from 12 to 15% over the long run. So when you prepay that loan, think about what you're actually doing. You're giving up a potential 12% return to save 8.5%. You are literally choosing the lower number. It makes no mathematical sense. And it gets even better. Look at this. Let's say your investment makes 13%. Now your loan costs 8.5%. But wait, after you factor in the tax breaks the government gives you, your effective loan cost is actually much lower, maybe around 6.5%. So you're earning 13, you're paying an effective 6.5. That means you're making a clear profit of 6.5% on borrowed money. You are literally making a profit by keeping your home loan. It's incredible. Okay, so arbitrage is a huge reason, but it's not the only one. Let's talk about why cash, or liquidity, is absolutely king. Reason number one is just plain common sense. It's liquidity. The money you use to prepay your loan, poof, it's gone. It gets locked up inside the walls of your house. And let's be honest, you can't sell your bathroom to pay for a medical emergency, can you? You end up being house rich, but cash poor. And that is a really vulnerable place to be. Having cash on hand gives you options. It gives you a buffer for whatever life decides to throw at you. Reason two, this is a big one. It's basically a subsidy from the government. The tax laws here in India give you huge breaks for having a home loan. You get deductions on the interest you pay under Section 24B and on the principal under Section 80C. It's like the government is helping you pay for your house. So when you rush to prepay your loan, you're literally turning to the government and saying, you know what? Keep your money. I don't want the help. Why on earth would you ever want to do that?
And the third reason is my favorite, because it works for you while you sleep. It's inflation. This quote says it all. Don't rush to kill your home loan. Inflation is already doing it for you. Think about it. Your EMI is fixed, right? Let's say it's 40,000 rupees a month. That feels like a lot today. But what about in 10 years? Your salary will have gone up, prices for everything else will have gone up, but that 40,000 rupee EMI stays the same. In real terms, it becomes a smaller and smaller piece of your budget. Inflation is your silent partner, slowly chipping away at the real value of your debt for free.
Okay, enough with the theory. Let's make this super practical with a story about two friends, Ramesh and Suresh. Same job, same bonus, totally different choices, and totally different outcomes. So first up is Ramesh. He gets a 10 lakh rupee bonus, and he does what everyone thinks is the right thing to do. He immediately prepays his home loan, and man, he feels great. He's debt-free, he feels so light and responsible. He's saving about 85 grand a year in interest. But fast forward 10 years. His daughter needs to go to college. Where's the money? It's all tied up in the house. So now he has to go out and get an expensive education loan at 11%. See what happened? He traded that short-term good feeling for a long-term financial headache. Now let's look at Suresh. Same 10 lakh bonus, but instead of prepaying, he invests it, let's say in a solid mutual fund that earns him around 13% a year. Now do the math with me. He's earning 1.3 lakhs from his investment, while that part of his loan is only costing him 85,000 in interest. He's making a net profit of 45,000 rupees a year for doing nothing. So 10 years later, that 10 lakh investment has grown to over 33 lakhs. It's more than enough to pay for his daughter's college, and he can pay off the rest of the home loan if he wants to. He built wealth, and he always had cash available. That's the difference. So now you see the logic. You've seen how it plays out in real life. The big question is, how do you apply this yourself? Well, it's not about being reckless, it's about being smart. So here's a simple checklist to run through before you ever think about prepaying. First, check your interest rate. Simple rule of thumb. If your home loan rate is below 9%, don't prepay. It's just not worth it. Second, and this is crucial, check your emergency fund. Do you have at least 6 months of expenses saved up? If not, don't even think about prepaying. Using your safety net to pay off a low-cost loan is just a terrible idea. Third, do your own tax math. Figure out your effective interest rate after the tax benefits. If it's lower than what you think you can earn by investing, you know what to do. And finally, my favorite tip, instead of giving extra money to the bank, create your own loan freedom fund. Start a separate SIP. Let it grow. Once that fund is bigger than your outstanding loan, you're in complete control. You can close the loan in one go whenever you feel like it. All right, we've gone through a lot here, and we've probably busted a few myths along the way. So let's boil it all down to the most important lessons. Number 1, math beats emotion every single time. Don't let the fear of debt stop you from building wealth. Number 2, liquidity is safety. Cash in the bank gives you security that a paid-off house just can't. 3, arbitrage works. It's a simple concept. Earn more than you pay. 4, use the tax shield. The government is giving you a discount on your loan, take it. And number 5, inflation is your friend when you're a borrower. Your loan gets cheaper in real terms every single year. And really, this quote says it all, doesn't it? Liquidity plus growth beats just being debt-free. That's the entire philosophy in one sentence. Financial strength isn't about having zero liabilities. It's about having assets that are working for you and cash that's protecting you. That combination, that's the real power. So I'll leave you with this final thought. It's a choice, really. Do you want to be debt-free, but also asset-poor with all your money locked up in your house? Or do you want to be wealthy, using good debt as a powerful tool to get you there? It's your call. Hey, thanks so much for your time today. If this made you think differently about your home loan, do me a favor and hit that subscribe button, like this explainer, and maybe share it with a friend who's thinking about prepaying. And for more on this, check out the Legacy Diary. The link is down in the description. I'm Krish, and as always, my wish for you is to live rich and leave rich.